The thing that I learned, coach that I had talked about your financial thermostat.
Yeah.
And when they first came to me and they said, "Hey, Rob, this year you're going to make 6 figures," and I'm like, 6 figures? And he's like, 1 0 0 0 0 0. I'm like, oh,
those are figures.
That's what that means. It never even occurred to me mathematically you're going to do 6 figures this year. My financial thermostat was set so stinking low.
Yeah.
So when you're talking about this, like shifting your financial thermostat, your belief that you can invest in properties, that you have the power to do that, it's a generational healing that has to happen. How do you do that? How are you able to like insert that confidence? Because I can do it means you can do it doesn't normally work, because you're a pretty smart guy. Like you come across like, okay, this guy's got it together. He's doing this and that and the other. Like you're exceptional. If you're not like me.
And you get that a lot. It really is. And part of my process is I have to share my story. I have to let them know they're not alone, that I've been there. I've had those thoughts of, what are you doing? You're not good enough to provide for your family. You've been laid off 5 times. What an idiot. What's wrong with you? And it takes somebody holding their hand. And that's why I have a job, is holding their hand, saying, okay, take out the emotion. Let's look at your finances. Guess what? This is a number. This is a tool. Some people have more. Some people have less. Some people have gone to the hardware store and can afford to buy more.
Yeah.
How do we buy that first tool? How do we get there?
Step one.
Step one. And step one is tracking your finances. I have people that I've coached that the first question I ask is, how much money do you make? And they said, I don't know. My job puts money in the bank and I spend it till it's gone. And so the first thing we do is start tracking that. We start seeing how much is coming in, how much is going out. Start tracking. It sounds basic, but I make them write it down.
Yeah.
Write down everything you spend during the day. And if sometimes you see Starbucks on there 5 times for $9 a piece. Well, how do you save money? Well, maybe take your first cup of coffee at home instead of going to Starbucks. Or for us, it was with 4 kids, we love to go to Red Robin. And I love Red Robin. Those fries, they were awesome. But with 4 kids, I remember when they brought the bill one time, it was $80.
Yeah.
And I'm going, that was French fries and hamburgers. So what we did is we still wanted to take the kids out, but we went to In-N-Out instead, and it was $35.
Yeah.
So the kids still got French fries and hamburgers. We went out. They had a good time. I don't think they noticed the difference. Now, my wife and I will go to Red Robin together on date night and not spend $80.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it doesn't take much to hit $80 at Red Robin.
And I think that's really key. The first thing is really knowing where you're currently at. And if you don't know where you're at, it doesn't matter where you want to go. And we talked about this ourselves, but point A, you got to know where point A is. Yeah. And if you're deceiving yourself, and that's true not only in, financial planning, but it's true in everything.
Yeah.
And so it's really, and I was listening to Jordan Peterson today, and he was talking about, if you're going through, depression, if you're suicidal, if you're, stress and anxiety, you find that one thing and do that one little thing. And he said, some people, they can't make dinner, but they'll put the fork on the table, and then they'll put the fork away. And that one little thing, if you build on that, and then it gives you a little momentum, and it starts to create, maybe now you do the dishes, and then you put the coffee cups where they need to go instead of just strewing around the kitchen. Yeah, that one little thing, and knowing where you're at is, I think, so important.
I think too I've lost 130 pounds. Did you know that about me?
I did.
Lost 130 pounds, and the way that it first started, there was a doctor that had to call me out. He was like, if you keep it up, you're going to be dead by the time you're 40.
Wow.
And I needed that. I didn't need a doctor to say, seems like you've got a little bit of a weight problem. I need someone to tell me, you're about to die, buddy.
Wake up.
And the first thing I did is I went out and found a dietitian, and she told me, write down everything that you eat. Just
write it down.
Just like your budget, right? Just not your budget, your
calories.
Your calorie. And I would write down, and I would just be surprised. Oh, that was a handful of M&Ms over here, and a thing over there, and just the consciousness of my calories I lost a tremendous amount of weight just by, holy crap, I'm eating all the time, unconsciously. And I think I spend unconsciously.
Yeah.
I use spending as a drug almost. Like I'm having a crummy
Retail
day.
therapy.
Retail therapy. I need a new
true.
part for my motorcycle. That'll make me feel better, and it doesn't.
That means you have to fix the motorcycle when it comes, so it sits on the counter. And part of our coaching is giving them the retail therapy if they need it. It's let's hit a goal first. You hit this goal, what do you want to do? You want to go out to eat? Like my wife and I, it's funny, we had a goal for the business. And we went to Costco and bought those Ruth's Chris gift cards. They're 20% off. I'm the finance guy. I'll still eat there, but I'm going to make sure I get a good deal on it. And we've kept those. And we hit the goal. Now we're going to go to dinner. But that was something small for us. And if you give those little rewards, it makes it easier. It's like a diet. If you would have started out saying,
no more sugar.
No more sugar. You're done. Yeah. No more sugar, no more milk, no more anything. And you got to work out 8 hours a day.
Yeah.
It's like,
impossible.
Whatever. It's not happening. You're going to go pound a whole dozen Krispy Kremes tomorrow and just squish them together like a sandwich and eat them. You're like, forget you.
Covered in Oreo dust.
Yes. Covered in maple syrup. You got syrup?
Oh, man. Yum. That's
I'm hungry
my Red Robin.
now.
Yeah.
Is it because you crave the thing that you cannot have?
You can. But if you have a reward and you know you're going to get there, when you get there, you may go, guess what? We don't need it. Maybe let's wait for the next one. And part of it, it's accountability. You became accountable to yourself by writing it down. You didn't even have to tell your dietitian. And a lot of people laugh because when I'm coaching them, we look at their finances. They open up the towel and everything's there. It's like, I hear it all the time. They're like, okay, we're meeting with Matt. We got to let him know about this. Well, little secret. I don't care how much you spend. But when you start acknowledging it, you're going to go, okay, we've got 85 streaming services.
Yeah.
Which ones can we cut out? Like my kids came to me the other day and said, hey, Dad, can we get a new streaming service? And I said, which one are you cutting out? You cut one out, we'll get another one. And you start acknowledging that. And again, I'm not sitting here telling you guys what to do because I'm perfect at it. I have to do this exercise myself on a quarterly. I'm doing it right now with all my finances. I just threw them all into QuickBooks. I'm categorizing everything so that we can sit down and know exactly where we are, because you will fall out of habit if you don't do it every single week or every single day. So I love coaching this because I'm doing what I coach.
Yeah.
And a lot of these banks now, they make it really easy. You can just log in and, export the whole file to you, and then it's all kind of bingo bango, and you can really quickly assess, wow, you're doing this every month, and categorize it out. Is that true?
It is. And
so you don't have to go through all your receipts.
No, you don't. And it makes it nice. Now, the caveat to that is if you're going to look at your bank, make sure you're using like one credit card or one debit card to do all of your grocery shopping or all of those home budgeting things, so that you can categorize them and pull them up in one location, unless you've got like QuickBooks or some other software that's going to throw them all together. Because I say that because I made that mistake. We had our Costco card and I had my Marriott card, and we used the Marriott card for everything. And then all of a sudden I realized we were $1,000 over our budget one month because we had started using our Costco card again. So we were using that card, and I thought I was on my game by categorizing it on the credit card's website. I'm like, yes, we're on. Then I realized that I was $1,000 over for the month.
Dang. All good things, Matt. Lots of good things.
Rob, why would somebody want to watch this podcast?
Why wouldn't you? We have a good time. You're going to learn something. And by the way, it's awesome. You should click it. You should watch it. Thanks for tuning in.
Subscribe right now.